8 is now 47, and Bianca Jones, who was 57, is now 1.
Here we go, nice and simple for us this afternoon.
And the other players who were missing out, Lucy Rudder, Kelly O'Neill and Jessica Adams didn't make the side today. So we've got both sides out on the ground. We've got people ready to go. We will not have a special comments person as such, but we will be throwing to the boundary guys a bit more frequently than they otherwise would through this game. As we said before, it is streaming live on vfl.com.au. You'll be able to see the pictures, and hopefully, if I've got the technology right, you'll be able to hear us talking as well. So for those who have just joined us and missed the end of the VFL game, Box Hill ran out comfortable winners 18-13, 121, defeating North Ballarat 9-18-72. That's a 49-point win to Box Hill. And everything just about in readiness. Your selections, please, Anthony.
I'm not going to make a select. I'll go the draw. I'll go the draw option. There we go.
And we did have that underway on the live stream, by the way. So welcome everybody to the 3WBC call of this game between the Box Hill Hawks and Seaford. And you're listening to us either on 94.1 FM 3WBC or via 3wbc.org.au, or if you're watching the video stream through vfl.com.au. My name's Neil Butler. I'll be the broadcast host, also joined in the commentary position by Anthony Stankitz, and we have Brad Mullen and Peter Lausch doing some work on the boundary and providing us some with comments as we go along. Everything is just about in readiness for this game. Winner takes it all today, to coin a phrase from the good folks at ABBA. Ball in the air, siren blows, and we are away.
Box Hill's kicking to the White Horse Road end.
Thank you, Peter Lausch. So the ball comes down into the hands of the player there in Mackie. Seaford player gets the ball. We'll tell you who it is in a moment. I think it might have been Hosking. Ball spills forward for the Hawks. Running onto it now is McDonald. McDonald being tackled, gets the ball away in the end. Umpire says held onto it too long, and the free kick will go to Seaford, and that is Taylor Daly.
Brings it out towards this broadcast side wing.
We love
Hosking
that.
couldn't get her hands on the football at ground level. Diving in over the tops. Barker for the Tigerettes. Umpire comes in, says, give the ball to me, and we will have a ball up.
Tigerettes officially?
Yes.
As distinct from the Hawkettes. Are they the Hawkettes yet, or are they still the
No, they're not.
Okay.
No, they're not. Just the Tigerettes for the Seaford Football Club. Hosking weaves her way through traffic at ground level. Now a good opportunity as Eberly goes out wide. Good work, Roland. 2-on-2 contest as Seaford go up towards half forward. Box Hill Hawks in the front position. Tilly couldn't get her hands on it. Box Hill Hawks working hard to try and gain possession, but Seaford through Rogan working well early on in this game. Kais leading in the race for the football for the Box Hill Hawks. Goes inside forward 50. Good work by the defence. Goodwin. It's a key plank of their defensive back six is Michelle Goodwin. Now Hosking. Handballs further afield. Ball on the outer side wing. Umpire won't be too far away from saying, give the ball to me. He does so now. And nearly 2 minutes gone, first term. No score in this VFL women's contest.
So the ball tapped down there. It is everybody on top of the ball. And I think, it comes out now through, could be, that might have been, was it Kais with the ball? Umpire says it's a free kick anyway, and it's going to go the way of Stratton for the Box Hill Hawks. Hand passes the ball off to her teammate running past. Kicks the ball inside 50 for the Hawks. Coming out to meet the ball, though, is Kate Gillespie-Jones, who, not only a player, I noticed the other day during the week that she's also one of the office bearers down at the Seaford Football Club. I think president or secretary. Her kick goes out wider still, and getting good support there by Roland. Roland. It had to be said, didn't it? Picking up the ball now is Sarah Good, but umpire is going to come in and ball the ball up. Half forward flank for the Box Hill Hawks. We've played 2.5, almost 3 minutes. No score yet.
Seaford's made their first change. Bonnet's come on and Lawrence has gone off.
Thank you, Peter Lash, with thanks to M&R Davis Constructions down there on the boundary line. Running into some difficulty now is Gillespie Jones. Deep in attack for the Hawks, deep in defence for Seaford, and it's going to be the umpire coming in to ball it up, Anthony Stankers.
It is.
You can't see past that post. Do you want me to keep going?
No, that's okay. As the ball inside that forward 50 arc. Tilly tried to get the tap down. Hosking round the corner. The Rising Star Award winner last year in the VFL women's competition. Box Hill Hawks back into attack. Too far wide for Gilda.
And he was busy tying up her shoelace at the time.
She wasn't quite ready looking for it. Thinking it was going to go a bit further out of attack. And it will be Jones to take the free kick. Brings the ball back into play for Seaford. Finds a teammate at half back. Now working it well through Walker. Along the outer side wing. Good work by the Hawks, pushing it back inside forward 50 very quickly, looking for a target. Pereira was the intended target as Seaford now move the ball out of defence. Been put under plenty of pressure by the Hawks. Carlson couldn't get her kick away. Hawks keeping the ball inside their forward 50. Gillespie Jones under plenty of pressure once again. Good, strong tackle that time from Burns. And we'll have a ball up. There's 25 metres out from the Box Hill Hawks goal. Still no score on the board. 4.5 minutes gone. First term.
The deepest defender for Box Hill is 10 metres in front of the centre circle. It's like a junior football game, isn't it? There's literally nobody in the back half.
Papadopoulos on for Box Hill, Nixon off.
Thank you. So the ball is kicked forward this time by Seaford, but running onto it now for the Box Hill Hawks. Round the body. We have our first score for the game, and it's a behind. So Box Hill, after 5 minutes of play, kick a behind. Seaford yet to score, and that's with thanks to our friends at Dream Street Lending. And you're listening to 94.1 FM Football and also the audio and video stream through vfl.com.au.
The wind's actually dropped down here, so probably only a 1 or 2 goal breeze where Box Hill's kicking.
On the kick in, Seaford gained first possession, but Stratton over the football for the Hawks. Berry trying to get it out. Kick away now from Cox in towards the middle. Leading in the race for the footballs, Tanner. Seaford got the numbers. They won't have anyone to kick to because everyone's in the forward half. Kais, long. Will the bounce suit? It doesn't. Off to the left-hand side, through for a second behind to the Box Hill Hawks. And they extend their margin. They double it, in fact. 2 behinds, 2 points. Seaford yet to score. So the Hawks doing all attacking in the first 6 minutes of this term.
Certainly in the men's game we just watched between North Ballarat and the Box Hill Hawks, the scoring end was the end to which Box Hill are kicking in this game. Ball comes out and a good mark taken at centre half back by Sarah Hosking for the Seaford team. A torp, you don't see those very often in footy these days, but a good mark taken in on the wing there by Crockett Grills. Kicked inside 50, up goes the forward line players there. Ball rolling out of bounds, and it will be thrown in there. Hey, I've got to say, I've got to like that blue ponytail that's there. That's all happening. I think we should get one of those ourselves. What do you think?
Bit of colour out in the field.
Absolutely. So the ball tossed in the forward line. Tamara Luke in front, taps the ball down to Emma Mackey. She's grabbed straight away. Umpire's going to have to ball it up. We have played 6 minutes and 47 seconds in the first quarter, and it is Box Hill by 2 behinds. Luke taps the ball down, comes out the back, can't get a kick away. Running onto it now, that time was Dylan. For those of you who know the Box Hill side, there are 2 Dylans in the squad. Rosie, the one playing today. Seaford running themselves into strike there. Ball rolling out of bounds. Before Caitlin Cox could get to it, Grace Dillon not playing. Rosie Dillon wearing the number 25 jumper for Box Hill. So the boundary umpire throws the ball back into the play. Falls to the front of the pack. Running onto it now for Seaford. Good kick, good mark taken. And that looks like it's Bronwyn Rogan who's had a bit of it already in this game. Her kick moves down towards the wing. And just taking the mark just before it went out of bounds was Bonnet. Bonnet kicks the ball further down the wing looking for a teammate there. But a great mark taken over the back by Yule. And Yule looking for options. She's got 44 players in front of her. Well, maybe only 36 because the rest are on the bench. Hand passes it backwards. Kick forward now for the Hawks. Ball bounces. pitches, beautiful leg break, and goes out of bounds for a throw-in right on the centre wing, right between the interchange gates. Box Hill leading by 2 points. We've played 8 minutes into the first quarter. Toss back in, tapped down that time by Tanner. Ball running forward for the Hawks. Couldn't find the handle on it. Good defensive pressure there by the Seaford player in Hosking, I think it was. Peeling us up. No, it wasn't. I beg your pardon. It was Burns. And oh no, it was Hosking. They were both there. Don't you hate it when two players have got similar numbers on their jumpers?
So the Hawks over the football, keeping the ball in their forward half in the opening stages of this first term.
Has it been past the centre yet? I don't think it has.
No. Round 9. VFL women's action today. Here live on 3WBC and VFL.com.au. Trying to extract it now. Stratton slips over under plenty of pressure. Plenty of fierce tackling in the early stages of this game. Berry buried under the tackle. And we will have another ball up.
How appropriate.
Luckily, right in front of our broadcast position, though.
Yeah, but Berry being buried, I thought that's spelt the same way even.
So handball comes out. Good work by Dylan. That was Rosie. As diving over the football, Caitlin Cox. Still keeping the ball in their forward half. The Box Hill Hawks up towards half forward. That's going to be a great battle. The two number 5s. Gillespie Jones. Got it to her teammate. That was O'Donnell. Oh, sorry, that was Carew. Now moving it on. Roland. Up towards half forward. Good work by Gillespie Jones, creating an option up forward. Inside forward, 50. And the Box Hill Hawks defence resolute. First time inside forward, 50 for Seaford. The mark taken by Nixon for Box Hill. Slowly bringing the ball outside to defensive 50. Good work, Van Dyke. Moving it quickly along the outer side now. They've got the numbers. Need to run it along that outer side. Oh, great tackle by Hosking. Put her opponent under plenty of pressure. Oh. Carew going in for the football again. Long kick by Seaford up inside forward 50 or to the forward 50 arc. And it is the Hawks.
It might be Papadopoulos, mightn't it?
And the ball will have a 50-metre penalty over the mark. Encroaching.
It's a much bigger penalty in women's football, isn't it? Because they don't kick the ball as far as the men's. It's almost a kick and a half, isn't it?
It is. It's the ball up towards half forward. The Hawks leading well, creating those options, finding the short chip kicks. See what they can do with it now. Up towards half forward. They've found Meters. So Meters goes inside forward 50. Oh. Poor kick. Kicks on to the woman in the mark. Now, another chance for the Hawks. They go backwards to go forwards and kick up towards the half-forward arc. Looking for Stratton once again. Stolen by Rogan. Kicks in towards the middle of Box Hill City Oval. And the mark taken by Seaford. Good work by Caitlin Cox. Short chip kick finds Georgia Walker. Kick intercepted. The Hawks go backwards again to go forward. Now, they've got an option in Mackey. Handball's on. Good work again by Goodwin in defence for Seaford. Player in Mackey could have been held without it. Umpire didn't play it. Handball over the top. Here's a chance for the Hawks. They get the ball on quickly. Luke, centering kick looking for Pereira. Great contest with Gillespie Jones, and Gillespie Jones will quickly run it out of defence for the Tigerettes.
She's been good so far, Gillespie Jones. Had plenty in defence. So has helped the fact the ball has spent most of the game in that half of the ground. Coming back inside 50, though, now and finding Marnie. Marnie plays on, takes it to the top of the square. Ball spills over the back. Oh, could she find the handle on it? Not quite. Now running onto it, Pereira. Kicks around the body. One behind. Bad luck there. It was the player in Ellie McDonald. Couldn't quite get hold of the ball when it was right there with players running towards her. Box Hill 3 behind. Seaford not yet to score. With thanks to M&R Davis Constructions, we're going to go down to our boundary riders just for a bit of an idea of what's going on down there.
Yep, so a Seaford player just coming off with a bit of an injury. She was on the ground. She looked very hurt, so yeah.
You might just let us know who that is when she comes off. Meanwhile, the ball at centre half forward for the Hawks. Hand pass from Tilly is intercepted by the Hawks. Coming forward, and at centre half forward, about 25 metres out. That's a mark to Ellie McDonald. And she's going to go back and have a shot at goal. we've played 13 minutes. It's 20 minutes without time on, isn't it,
Correct.
Anthony? That's correct. So the 20-minute mark will be the siren, regardless of any time that's lost.
And he has just come on for Walker, the injured player.
Thank you. McDonald kicks and McDonald goals. She gets the first goal for the game. And Box Hill go under 1-3-9. Seaford yet to score. And that is, of course, with thanks to Dream Street Lending. And Anthony, it's spent a lot of time in the forward line for the Box Hill, hasn't it? I would say 95% of the play's been in the forward line for Box Hill.
Yeah, just that 1 or 2 forays forward, inside forward 50 for Seaford so far in this game. And Box Hill have made sure that they've kept the ball in their forward half. They've continually pushed it inside forward 50. And the good thing is they're taking their time, finding their options, as they did on that occasion. They found McDonald inside forward 50 as the ball back in the middle. Not able to extract it out. Diving in on top was Rogan. Umpire comes in. And we'll have another ball up in the middle of Box Hill City Oval. Box Hill Hawks, 1-3-9, leading Seaford yet to score. Handball out. Stratton had a fair bit of the football early in this game. Good work by Goodwin. Got the punch away. Hosking about to pick up the ball again. Tackled by Pereira. She didn't have the football.
I think you've got to have it before you can be grabbed, can't you?
And Sarah Hosking will take the free kick. Been lively early in this match. Handballs to her teammate as they move it outside of defensive 50. That was Carlson. Turns it over.
Just a big wall of brown and gold across the centre at the moment, isn't there?
There is, and that's the difference between the two teams. Box Hill Hawks finding their options. Seaford having those options cut off for them. Leading in the race for the football daily. Goes long. And again, cut off by the Box Hill Hawks through the midfield. Kick intercepted. Seaford an opportunity now. Through the middle of Box Hill City Oval. Tackle. That could be ball the call. It is.
I would have thought so.
And free kick going the way of Tilly in the middle for Seaford. She goes out wide. They've got the options, the Tigerettes. They move it now inside their forward 50 arc. The kick coming from Munn on that occasion. Get it inside their forward 50 arc once again. Haven't been able to score from their forays forward. Let's see what they can do on this occasion. Tap down in the rack. Opens the ball up. Seaford trying to keep the ball inside their forward 50 arc. They get the handball on. Trying to centre the quick Berry. And Mark taken in defence. Great work by Box Hill. It's Kais.
Yep.
Goes out wide. Looking for a teammate in metres. Just gets away a handball, but the Seaford players pounce. Still at half forward for the Tigerettes. And it comes inside forward 50. And Munn taking the mark. And we'll go back and look to see whether she can capitalise with the first score on the board of this game for Seaford.
This would hurt Box Hill, I would have thought, because they haven't had a lot of the ball forward, Seaford. If they can score a goal, it would be good reward for not much entry into the forward line.
So Munn goes goalward, gets over the outstretched hands on the line, and Courtney Munn kicks her first goal of the game, but more importantly, the first goal for Seaford in this round 9 VFL Women's Clash. And Seaford trail by 3 points. They are 1 goal straight. 6 Box Hill Hawks, 1-3-9. Nearly 17 minutes gone in this first term here on 3WBC and VFL.com.au.
So we've got 3 minutes left to play in the first quarter, and the ball in the centre ready to be balled up. We'll cross down to our boundary riders shortly, but umpire brings it into the centre, throws the ball up. It's Luke up against Roland. Ball spills forward, coming forward now the Hawks. Thrown out of the way that time might have been, was it Mackie? Umpire's going to come in and ball the ball up. Thanks to M&R Davis Constructions down on the boundary, we have Brad and Peter.
Yeah, Seaford's obviously kicking into the wind right now, so they'd be extremely happy with that 1 goal that they've kicked. I suppose the skill level is what we expected, the 2 bottom sides playing right now. So, yeah, a good contest at the present minute, if a little bit scrappy.
Yeah, and Georgia Walker, who just went off the ground and was injured, she's back on, so all good from that side.
Excellent. So after a couple of scrambly plays out wide, it was Goodwin kicking the ball forward for the Tigrettes. Comes out to Gillespie Jones, who seems to have her own footy out there at the moment. Tilly shepherds nicely for the player there in Munn, who's also had quite a bit of it so far, the goal kicker for Seaford. Kicks the ball forward. Good mark taken by Walker, and she is probably too far out to score. She's 45 to 50 metres out, so she goes towards the top of the square, gives it plenty of air. Up at the back, the ball spills over the back to the Tiger player there, who kicks the ball through from behind. So it is 1 goal 3 Box Hill, that's 9. Seaford 1 goal 1, that's 7. 9 minus 7, take away the number you first thought of. It's a 2-point lead to Box Hill. We've played all but a minute and a quarter of the first quarter as the Box Hill Hawks defence run the ball out. Hand pass off now to Kais. Kais on her familiar left foot, kicks it out further still. Ball punched away from the pack and rolls out of bounds. It was McDonald, the goal kicker for the Box Hill Hawks, who was the one who sport the ball. Half forward flank for the Tigrettes. 19 minutes played, coming up towards quarter time. Is there enough time left for either side to score? Ball spills to the front. Kai's doing well, puts the ball forward, looking for a teammate there, but too strong that time was Carlson, Selena Carlson, and Carlson kicks the ball towards the 50-metre line. Good mark taken. Is that is it Munn again? No, it's not. It's in fact Roland, and she kicks the ball forward. Good mark almost taken in attack. Quick hand pass, kicked forward that time by Cox. Rolling towards the goal, running out to meet it now for Box Hill. Good work to Van Dyke. Van Dyke gets the ball further out, and encouragement being given by the crowd. Good gets it off that time to Crockett Grills, but the Tigrettes are going to bring it back in through the agency of Tilly. Tilly gets the ball off again to Rogan. Rogan kicks an inside 50. Ball spilled, and there's the siren. It's quarter time here at Box Hill. Box Hill leading 1 goal 3, 9 to Seaford 1 goal 1, 7. We're going to take a short break from the audio on VFL.com.au. We're going to take a break to go back to the studios of 94.1 FM. When we come back, we will have some thoughts from the coaches from our two boundary riders. This is 94.1 FM football and VFL.au football live from Box Hill City Oval.
VFL football, live and local, on your community radio station. 94.1 FM, 3WBC.
Hi, this is Phil Edwards, President of 94.1 FM 3WBC, with an important notice to all of our listeners. Essential third-party works require that our transmitter be turned off intermittently on Tuesday, July 18th and Wednesday, July 19th between 6am and 8pm. Rest assured you can still listen to 3WBC during this time by using our streaming service at 3wbc.org.au or through the TuneIn app on your mobile device. We'll also keep you updated through this time via the 3WBC Facebook page. Thanks for your ongoing support, and remember to keep listening to your community radio station 94.1 FM 3WBC.
Ready, set. For easy automatic trucks, Budget's good to go. One of Australia's largest rental fleets at great rates. All you need is a regular car licence. Book now at budgettrucks.com.au or call 13 27 27. With Budget, you're good to go.
Budget Rent-A-Car Blackburn is a proud sponsor of 94.1 FM 3WBC.
Join Andy, Daniel and Phil every Monday night on 3WBC for the latest tech news.
But this doesn't help any of us get NBN any quicker.
I didn't block any ads on the IML page. I was just reading that one article. I downloaded about 41 meg.
Hackers are not out to steal your credit card details by themselves anymore.
Mondays, 8 p.m. on 94.1 FM, 3WBC.
Hi, this is Ray Bonney, and join me every Monday between 12 and 1, where it really is okay to not be okay. Guests from all over the world help me pull apart many of the awkward and unspoken life topics. Don't be afraid to tune into my show, It's Okay to Not Be Okay, at 12 noon every Monday on 94.1 FM, 3WBC.
Swisse is a business support service with
Not far.
We work with our small business clients to suggest and develop ideas that will help their business to fly. pragmatic ideas, sound advice, practical assistance. There's plenty we can do to help you with your small business. Want to know more? Please visit us at bizwiz.com.au. That's bizwhiz.com.au. The BizWiz is a proud sponsor of 94.1 FM 3WBC.
With every Box Hill Hawks game live, this is VFL Football on 94.1 FM 3WBC.
.1 FM 3WBC. Welcome back to the VFL women's game between Box Hill and Seaford from the Box Hill City Oval. We've already had the men's game today, and the final scores in that game: Box Hill 18-24, 132. Defeated North Ballarat 9-18-72. At quarter time in the Box Hill versus Seaford women's game, Box Hill 139 leads Seaford 117. In the other games going on, Mulgrave Reserve, Eastern Devils 3-4-22, Trail Diamond Creek 6-10-46. Melbourne Uni 3-4-22, Trail St Kilda 7-3-45. And at Etihad Stadium it is 12 minutes into the final term between Richmond and Brisbane Lions. Richmond 13-14-92 lead Brisbane 8-8-56. And at the MCG, Carlton 1 goal straight 6 lead the Western Bulldogs 1 point. 4 minutes into the first term. We're going to cross back to the Box Hill City Oval and welcome back Neil Butler. G'day, Neil.
G'day, Phil, and it's great to be here with, broadcasting royalty and Anthony Stangetz, who, of course, not only the presenter of VFL Rewind on Monday nights on 3WBC, but also AFL Victoria's Media and Communications. Is that your title?
Communications Manager. We've shortened it. Communications Talent.
You are the communications talent, yes. Clearly. It is quarter time here. The goal kickers for the two sides. Ellie McDonald kicked the goal for Box Hill, and Courtney Munn kicked one for Seaford. It's 1-3-9 Box Hill, 1-1-7 for Seaford. We're going to go down now to the two boundary riders, and they may just give us an insight into what the coaches were thinking. Peter Lausch, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Paddy Hill was quite happy with that first quarter. He just wants the girls sometimes to slow the play down a little bit because he thinks they're rushing their decision making. He wants to sort of push back a little bit quicker than they have been, and otherwise he's quite happy with that first quarter, and he just wants the girls to continue on as they've gone in the first quarter.
And Brad Mullen, you were with the Seaford side. What was the story?
Yeah, so Seaford coach Brett Alexander just told the girls to take the game on, kick the ball long, and just use the wind.
Okay, so it is quarter time. Players just getting back into their positions. And Anthony, your thoughts on the game in terms of some of the better players that you saw on both sides?
Well, I thought Michelle Goodwin's doing a good job down in defence. I like the matchup of Kate Gillespie-Jones, who was running with Chantella Pereira. I think that's been a great matchup in the game so far. And I think Sarah Hosking has been probably one of the players that Seaford's been relying on early in the game. So enjoying watching her and Mel Kai's probably playing not head-to-head roles in the middle, but Mel Kai's going back and helping out in defence, and Hosking trying to be that link player for Seaford in the middle. So as we can see again, Hosking getting that quick kick out of the middle, kicks inside forward 50. Good work by Catania for the Box Hill Hawks. Kick towards the boundary line, just ekes out over defensive 50. Good physical contest that we're seeing already in this game.
The only problem was the two players that bumped each other hard were both Seaford players.
Yeah, they were. As ball up, right in front of our broadcast position, over the top, Tilly. And holding, free kick going the way of Mel Kai's. That's where we'll see her a lot of the time today, bottom of the pack, trying to extract the football. Looking for her options further down the field. Kick smothered off the boot. Get the handball out, Crockett Grills. Oh, turns it over. And here, can't get the kick away, was Daly. Now the Box Hill Hawks. Gillespie-Jones bursting her way through the middle. She was in two minds whether to handball off to Hosking or not.
And did neither.
No, ball fell to ground. Gillespie Jones still fighting for the football, tackled by Kais. And a trail of destruction left from where Gillespie Jones has worked her way through the middle. Have another ball up at half forward, tapped down by Luke. Kais with the kick away, and again cut off by Carlson. She'll put Seaford back inside forward 50. Long inside, plenty of Hawks back there, including Kais. Handball comes out, Papadopoulos.
That's easy for you to say.
And a ball the call. Seaford will get an opportunity to line up for their second goal from their only goal scorer in the match, Courtney Munn. A chance to line up for goal number 2. Some defensive pressure being rewarded. Here we go. Lining up, 25 metres out, 45-degree angle. Munn has just kicked it off to the right-hand side. Through for one behind. 1 point ball game. Seaford 1-2-8. Trail Box Hill 1-3-9. 2.5 minutes gone, second term.
So Seaford kicking towards the Whitehorse Road end. If you're looking at this on the video stream, it's the right-hand side of your screen. They're kicking towards. In the game that was on before this between Box Hill and North Ballarat, certainly the scoring end was the end to which Seaford are going. Ball up on the 50-metre line in the attacking zone for Seaford. Good strong work that time, but picked up by Sheldon, who goes across now to Hosking. Kicked inside 50. Ball spills over the back. That's out of bounds, and it will be thrown in about 5 metres around from the behind post. Deep in attack for the Seaford Tigerettes here at Box Hill City Oval. Round 9 VFL women's football coverage brought to you by VFL.com.au and 94.1 FM 3WBC. Ball spills out the back. Box Hill kicking the ball forward, and that's out of bounds on the full, and it will be a free kick taken either by Tiara or Ania, or maybe Kevin Bartlett wearing the number 29, black and yellow jumper. Kick to the top of the square. 2 Box Hill players spoil each other, so Van Dyke takes off and runs. Kicks the ball out wide. It's a 2-on-1. Box Hill have the advantage, but fortunately for Seaford, they've got the ball. Kick forward by McDonald. It's out there on the far side. Pereira went and got her own kick. Now has another kick, and she's going to have a third go at it because it wasn't a particularly long kick that time round. Coming through now, Seaford with the ball. Half-forward flank, good tackle applied by Box Hill. We'll tell you who that is when they get up. And but now it's spilt wide. The Seaford players working very hard on their half-forward line. That time it was Stratton with the ball. Going in to get it was, I think, Meters. Ball ends up coming out to centre half forward for Seaford. And underneath the pack there for the Tigerettes is Weiss, or is it Weiss?
Weiss.
Weiss. So there we are. So tap down now, running onto it, Van Dyke for the Hawks. She's been busy in defence today. She has a bounce. We haven't seen many of those happen today in either game. Ball coming out onto the half-forward flank, intercepted by the Hawks. Dropping the ball, but picking it up was Petschke. And now in the hands of Seaford on the wing. Running hard and tackling hard that time was Rosie Dillon, and ends up in the hands now of Gillespie Jones. She's close to best on ground for mine at the moment. She's been absolutely everywhere. And I'll tell you what, Anthony, the curator's going to come out and have a look at this ground on Monday and wonder why half the ground doesn't look like it's had a game of footy on it. There is not one player forward as centre for Box Hill at the moment.
No, all been up the scoreboard end of the ground during this game so far, as Kais gets it away to a teammate in Pesky. Good punch away by Goodwin. Has been strong in defence for Seaford early in this game. We'll have a boundary throw-in out of side. Middleborough Road side of the ground. Player a bit slow to get up. Time recommences.
Nixon's just come off and Costello's come on.
Thank you.
Tapped down by Tilly in the ruck. Ball pushed by Stratton.
Going the
Good
wrong
work.
way.
Yeah, she was. As Hosking. Beginning to get a bit confused myself which way the Box Hill Hawks were going this term as they went back inside their forward 50. They didn't have the options. And a ball up 25 metres out from goal. Dangerous times for the Box Hill Hawks in their defence. Seaford try and get a kick away, but Box Hill Hawks, the wall at half forward. Here's Gillespie Jones, and she goes long 25 metres out from goal, needs a target. Hosking gets it on her boot, got through traffic and offline to the left-hand side. But more importantly, levels the scores, 1-3-9 apiece, just what we'd expect with two teams looking for their first win of the season. And we've gone nearly 7 minutes in this second term here on 3WBC and VFL.com.au.
So the Hawks bring it out now through Mackie. Some good hand pass work also from Van Dyke. Ball spills to the ground. Coming in to meet it for the Hawks is Costello. And it's going to be balled up. In terms of confusion in regard to which end you're kicking at, Max Warren takes the award today, doesn't he, in the men's game? Kicking a goal from 30 metres out on a very acute angle. Only problem was it was for his opposition side. So the ball picked up now and kicked on the inside of the boot by Mackie to get the ball forward and punched out of bounds on the wing, that time in front of O'Donnell. And I think if we say that that's just marginally past the centre, it's the first time Box Hill have had it in the forward half of their ground in this quarter. The quarter's gone 7.5 minutes already. All the play at one end of the ground. Tapped down in front of the ground, picked up in front of the ground, in front of the players. This time it's Sheldon with the blue ponytail. We like that. And the runner almost gets a possession coming off with her water bottle. Out of bounds in the full. And the free kick is going to go to Lauren Costello. So Costello kicks the ball forward looking for her teammate. They all took a step back expecting the other one to mark it. Running onto it now is the player in Good, and she's confronted front on. Ball goes out of bounds. Sarah Good goes out of bounds, and the umpire will come in and throw the ball in. I really like the fact, Anthony, that they're letting the younger umpires, particularly female umpires, take a few steps in towards the play to toss the ball in. It opens up the opportunity for umpires to join at a younger age.
Learning experience for them.
Absolutely,
so
it's fantastic. I reckon that's really good.
Kick around the corner, that time coming from Walker.
Oh, good smother.
And smother off the boot. Costello. She'll go back inside defensive 50.
She'll wonder why she's got bruised ribs tomorrow.
She will. So, boundary throw in. Now, talked about the boundary umpire. She's getting a workout on this broadcast side wing during this second term.
She knows it's on TV. That's why she's taking every chance she can.
She certainly does. Brings the ball back in. Trying to get the ball out now. Meters trying to enact the tackle. And the umpire said, give the ball to me again. We'll have another ball up on this broadcast side wing.
So tap down into the hands of Crockett Grills. And ball spills over the back. And she's away, O'Donnell. She's got some space. Bounces it, leaves it behind. Goes back and gets it. And now she's in a spot of bother. And she's going to be gone. The ball didn't bounce back up to her, and the free kick, surprise, surprise, Gillespie Jones, very, very prominent today. Her kick into the centre gets spilled by Daly, but picked up by her teammate and kicked forward, looking for the player in Hosking. She got in the road of her teammate, but the ball spills over the back. Hand pass further forward. The Tigrettes are going to get a goal here. No, they're not. They miss. It's Carly Bury who kicked. Is it Bury or Berry? I've got a friend who's got a surname like that, and we pronounce it Bury.
Bury? Berry, I think.
Berry, okay. But it's a point either way, and Seaford take the lead for the first time in the game, 1-4-10. Box Hill 1-3-9. So kicks the ball to herself, and coming out wider, and it's a good mark taken just inside the boundary line by Pesky. So Pip Pesky kicks the ball further down, looking for and finding a teammate in Tanner. And she gets the ball back, and plenty of advice coming from teammates. That's a poor kick, cut off by Sheldon on the half-forward flank. And she now takes the ball inside 50 for Seaford, looking for a teammate up there. Ball spills over the back and lost by Yule. She couldn't find it, it was behind her, that's why. Coming out now, pushing the ball forward, Crockett Grills again, working hard for the Hawks. Ball comes out now to Marnie. Marnie couldn't get it. Underneath the pack, though, I think you're going to find that's Crockett Grills again, and the umpire's going to come in and ball it up. Saw a country football game a couple of weeks ago, Anthony, and the umpire, I reckon, would have been 14, and she had an earpiece, and I thought she was listening to music, and the umpire's coach was coaching on where to stand from a distance. It was really, really good to see, and kids like that will know not to make mistakes that way.
Yeah, they certainly
Get
do.
some advice as well. So the ball moving forward for Box Hill, And good hands. Oh, good use of the foot that time by McDonald. Runs the ball forward a little further. Even further again. Crockett Grills is going to be exhausted. She has run and run and run. She's going to get a free kick. Umpire's impressed. Thanks to M&R Davis Construction. What's happening on the boundary line, guys?
It's a bit of a scrappy match. What's definitely noticeable is the tackling of Seaford. It's very aggressive. Definitely the better tackling side at the moment.
So that's a throw every day of the week, and a free kick going to Seaford at centre half back. Could be Burns with the ball. No one on the mark, so she goes and has a run and has a bounce. She puts her teammate into a spot of bother though, because it didn't land onto her, and the free kick's going to go to Crockett Grills. She will be absolutely exhausted by the time this quarter's over. She's had it about 15 times, I reckon, and she's also run lots of distance, as has this player in Gillespie Jones. They keep running though. Hosking has got a player inside 50 with no one nearby. It's Lawrence, and Lawrence is going to take the mark. Danielle Lawrence, 20 metres out from goal, directly in front. Poor defence that time by the Hawks, allowing Lawrence to get into space by herself, so close to goal. Distance, you would think, not an issue. Just a question of this fluky breeze that we've had here all day here at Box Hill City Oval. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Goes back and kicks. Umpire does not move, and that is the second goal for Seaford in this game. They move on to 2 goals for. All the scoring this quarter, they've kicked 1 goal 3 already this quarter. Box Hill are 1 goal 3, and it is the Seaford Tigerettes by 7 points. That's with thanks to Dream Street Lending. We've played 13 minutes into the second quarter on VFL.com.au and 94.1 FM 3WBC.
So ball coming back to the middle. Seaford making the most of the breeze in this second term. Ball clear again. Down towards half forward, down towards Munn. Bounce of the ball suits her, gets around her opponent. Handball's off to Berry. Berry long on the run, offline. Through for a behind, 2-5-17. They lead Box Hill 1-3-9. And nearly 14 minutes gone in this second term.
Box Hill just need to get the ball in their forward line, don't they, and get something to steady them.
They are probably kicking. Seaford are probably kicking with a 3-goal breeze here, but so I can see why Box Hill are having difficulty getting it into their forward line as well.
It's the ball in the hands of Jessica Burl. Kicks the ball inside 50, running onto again Hosking. She's been very good today. Walker hand passes it off to her teammate. That might be Burns with the ball. Kicked forward really quickly by the Hawks, but not getting very far. Running onto it now is Bonnet, and umpire says holding the ball. The free kick will go to Chantella Pereira. So Pereira with the ball, hand passes it off to her teammate in Peschke, who's certainly made a good fist of it in the second quarter. Her kick goes in, finds her teammate there. Pereira kept running, so she's got the ball, kicks it forward, but there's not a lot forward of the ball. This time McDonald doing her best, throws the ball forward for her teammate to pick it up. That was O'Donnell. O'Donnell was tackled straight away. That's a throw, and a good solid tackle by the Hawks results in a free kick. That might be Tamara Luke out there, I think, in the centre. And in fact, it's not. It's Abby Tanner. Abby Tanner kicks the ball inside 50. Good, almost a good mark. Not paid. Kicked off the ground. Quick gut goal, and that is a fantastic goal. I think that might have been Emily McElvena with the goal, and certainly a goal of the day contender, brought to us with the support of Aaliyah Framing on 0427 871 154. Around the body, terrific kick, and I'm calling it as Emily McElvena. A bit hard to see at that end of the ground at this stage of the day, but a great goal, and goal that was certainly needed by Box Hill that time.
And a goal that went against the flow of play.
Absolutely, as we said earlier, they needed it. 2 points of difference. We've played 16 minutes into the second quarter here. Ball moving forward this time, and it's just ever so forward of the centre for Box Hill, and the umpire is going to come through and do it all again. It was Mackie who got up with the ball. It's Luke up against Roland. The ball tapped down over the shoulder potentially. Umpire says play on. It's Crockett Grills again. She's had it plenty this quarter, hasn't she, Anthony?
Certainly has. Been right in the middle of it. 2 points the margin. Both teams going hard at it during this second term.
Again.
Box Hill Hawks another opportunity to go forward. Crockett Grills up towards Seaford. Round the corner, Seaford into the middle. Taking the mark, Mackie will set the Hawks up again. Mackie said, I'm going to push it long. She goes up towards, not in the direction she said she was going to push it.
Fooled everybody except Abby Tanner.
Tanner couldn't take it. Now Butters up. Oh, great second effort. Oh, head-to-head battle with Hosking.
And when you say head-to-head, you mean head-to-head.
It was on that occasion.
Man, cop that.
The umpires no choice but to come in, and we will have a ball up. So 2 points at the margin, ticking down towards half-time. Final match of round 9 in the VFL women's competition. Still inside that forward 50 arc. Great opportunity now. Pushing the ball forward was Luke. Still in that forward 50 arc. Seaford just need to get the boot to ball. Just trying to get it outside of that forward 50 arc. They're unable to do so. Trying to push it back in is Stratton for Box Hill. Her arm was held. Umpires put the whistle away for the moment. Clearing kick by Walker. Gets it out wide. They'll be beaten by the boundary line. And we'll see a boundary throw-in. So 18 minutes gone in this second term. 2 points the margin here on 3WBC and VFL.com.au.
So the ball's spinning back into play. Didn't quite make it to the ruckman, so running through is that would be Mackie. Umpire said you got... Well, it wasn't the fact that she was held the first time. It was probably the second, third and fourth time that she was held that was the problem. And it will be Sheldon with the distinctive blue ponytail that she's got happening. My co-commentator Anthony Stangatz is going to go and buy one straight away after this game is finished, because such as he's impressed with it.
I've actually got one at home. I didn't want to mention it a bit earlier on.
Thank you very much. There's a vision for us. So Ebony Nixon kicks the ball forward and finding her teammate out there on the wing. Looks like that might be Emma Mackie. I'm tempted to say gets on her bike because she was, of course, a bike rider, as I recall. Kicks the ball forward. All up, none down. Ball spills to the ground. Coming through is, that was Marnie. Coming onto it now, Pesky. She's been very good this quarter. Kick forward quickly by Stratton. Stratton hoping for the best more than anything else. And coming through for the Tigers and ending up in the centre, it is Walker. Walker kicks the ball forward. There's a spare Box Hill player in defence. That spare player is Nixon. She gets run down from behind. Didn't know that there was someone coming. And it's a free kick. We've got 45 seconds left in this quarter. Umpire says it is time to play on. Kick to the about 25-metre mark. Big need for a mark in front. Great mark taken by the Hawks. And that is Tamara Luke, who's been very, very strong today. Gets it out now to Melissa Kais, who's quietened down a little bit in the last 10 minutes, hasn't she? She was everywhere in the first quarter.
She's been off for 5 minutes as well.
That'd be probably a good reason for it. We'll let her off with that as a warning. 18, 17, 16 seconds to go. Umpire's going to come in and call a ball up, and you would expect that the scores, as they stand at the moment, will be the half-time scores. Seaford 2-5-17, Box Hill 2-3-15. Mackie takes the ball, kicks it, and that will be all she wrote for this quarter. And there is the siren. Box Hill, 2-3. They just kicked the single goal in that quarter, as Peter Lausch said earlier, against the play. And Seaford 2-5-17. They kicked 1-4 in that quarter. So we will take a break here at half-time in the VFL women's game between the Seaford Tigerettes and the Box Hill Hawks. We'll take a break and go of 94.1 FM. Stick around for the second half on both 94.1 FM via 3wbc.org.au or via vfl.com.au. VFL Women's Live Football.
With every Box Hill Hawks game live, this is VFL Football on 94.1 FM.
Okay, you've got a 9-minute break.
On 94.1 FM, this is 3WBC National News.
I'm Natalie Livingston. The Foreign Affairs Minister Julie Bishop says Australia is committed to bringing those responsible for shooting down a Malaysia Airlines flight over Ukraine to justice. Tomorrow marks 3 years since flight MH17 was shot down and crashed in Ukraine's disputed Donetsk region, killing all 298 people on board, including 38 Australians. The plane was en route from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur. Ms Bishop has told the ABC she fully supports a Netherlands-led independent, fair and transparent prosecution of those responsible.
I'm confident that we will do all we can to bring those responsible to account. We have pursued every legal avenue. We believe we have the best possible option available to us.
A man's died after falling from the second-floor balcony of a pub in Fremantle. Police say it appears he was sitting on the back of a chair on the balcony of the South Terrace Hotel when he leant back and fell through a plastic cafe blind to the pavement below. The 28-year-old man from West Perth died in Fiona Stanley Hospital after the accident at around 8:30 last night. Police say human bones found in remote Tasmanian bushland may belong to a Swiss tourist who's been missing for more than 6 years. 2 hikers stumbled across the bones.
Neil, are you there?
The Huon Valley bushland south of Hobart. A backpack was found nearby containing food, clothing, Swiss francs and receipts for exchange in Switzerland in December 2010. Police also recovered an SD photo card and released a picture from it to the media, which prompted a call from a Swiss man who thinks the remains are of his friend. The construction and finance giants chosen to build the now dumped East-West link will take the reins of Melbourne's new $11 billion rail tunnel. Premier Daniel Andrews has announced a consortium led by Lend-Lease Engineering had won the extensive competitive tender process. Mr Andrews says the consortium, which has been awarded $6 billion in contracts for the project, offered the best designs and met the government's local targets. Attorney General George Brandis says he has no sympathy for former West Australian Senator Scott Ludlam, calling his actions extremely negligent. Mr Ludlam resigned his WA Senate seat on Friday when it was brought to his attention that he still held dual Australian-New Zealand citizenship, making him ineligible to hold office. Senator Brandis says Mr Ludlam had been very unkind when former South Australian Senator Bob Day was also found to be ineligible for election earlier this year.
Mr Ludlam was a very ungracious colleague. He was extremely mean-spirited, I might say, towards Bob Day when Bob Day fell into Section 44 problems. So I don't think we should shed too many tears over the consequences of Mr Ludlam's own negligence.
The New South Wales government has officially opened the newly widened 4 lanes on the M4 in both directions today, from Homebush to Parramatta. This is Air News. Liam Jones has been rewarded by AFL employers Carlton for his stunning rejuvenation as a defender with a new 2-year deal. The 26-year-old spent 7 seasons, including 5 with former club Western Bulldogs, as a forward before trialling a role down back in the VFL, bringing impressive form to the Senior Blues side. He's signed until the end of the 2019 season. Billy Slater will headline the inaugural Kangaroos Origin Merit team named by the Australian Rugby League selectors. The 17-man team is based on performances through the State of Origin series and contains 9 members of the victorious Queensland side and 8 New South Wales players. 34-year-old Slater helped swing the series for Queensland after his recall for Game 2 and is set to earn a call-up for Australia at the Rugby League World Cup this year. And schoolboy star Will Sutherland has chosen to pursue a career in cricket ahead of Australian rules football, ending one of the most hyped battles for elite young talent in recent years. The 17-year-old son of Cricket Australia boss James Sutherland has spent much of the year agonising over the decision after impressing in both codes at junior level. He captained the under-19 Australian cricket side this year as an all-rounder and featured in a Cricket Australia 11 against a touring Pakistan side in January. Australian Independent Radio News.
Three minutes.
Steve here. I've just popped in to invite you to join me on Monday at 10 a.m. through to midday to share a box of
That's all right, mate. I'm back now.
Never know what you're going to get. That's Monday from 10.
Whilst this is going through, are you able to do what you did last week, putting the gear under the desk?
Yep, because we're here.
Because we're here now, yeah. So I might as well just do the same thing.
Yep, that's fine. Then you can get it going as soon as you want to.
Any of us get NBN.
We've got dusk.
Thanks.
We've got dusk at 5, haven't we?
Ads on the
Apparently so. Dusk. Hackers are not out to steal your credit card details by themselves anymore.
Mondays, 8 p.m. on 94.1 FM, 3WBC.
Hi, this is Ray Bonnie, and join me every Monday between 12 and 1, where it really is okay to not be okay. Guests from all over the world help me pull apart many of the awkward and unspoken life topics. Don't be afraid to tune into my show. It's okay to not be okay at 12 noon every Monday on 94.1 FM, 3WBC.
Hi, this is Phil Edwards, President of 94.1 FM 3WBC, with an important notice to all of our listeners. Essential third-party works require that our transmitter be turned off intermittently on Tuesday, July 18th and Wednesday, July 19th between 6am and 8pm. Rest assured you can still listen to 3WBC during this time by using our streaming service at 3wbc.org.au or through the TuneIn app on your mobile device. We'll also keep you updated through this time via the 3WBC Facebook page. Thanks for your ongoing support, and remember to keep listening to your community radio station 94.1 FM 3WBC.
VFL football, live and local, on your community radio station. 94.1 FM, 3WBC.
.1 FM 3WBC and streaming live via the web on YouTube through VFL Women's YouTube live streaming. I'm not even saying that correctly, but you can visit that at vfl.com.au. It is half-time at our broadcast game between the Box Hill Hawks and the Seaford Tigerettes. Box Hill 2-3-15, trail Seaford 2-5-17 at half-time. We'll be crossing back to the Box Hill City Oval in a moment. The other games that were on this afternoon or still going, Melbourne Uni 6-6-42, trail St Kilda 10-4-64, and the Eastern Devils 5-5-35, trail Diamond Creek 10-12-72 in the VFL Women's. The other game that was on earlier today was between Geelong and Cranbourne. Geelong 11-6-72, defeated Cranbourne 4-2-26. Quick look at the AFL. 25 seconds into the second quarter at the MCG, Carlton 3-2-20 are leading the Western Bulldogs 2-4-16, and at Etihad Stadium, Richmond 16-16 112 defeated the Brisbane Lions by 31 points, 12-9-81. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at 3WBC Football. You can listen to us live online via the website, 3wbc.org.au. Or if you're out on the road and you don't have access to like a computer and you've got your smartphone, download the TuneIn app and do a search for 3WBC, and you can listen to us anywhere in the world. Now we're going to head that back to the Box Hill City Oval for the second half of the VFL Women's game between Box Hill and Seaford. And welcome back, Neil Butler. G'day, Neil.
G'day, Phil, and thank you once again for giving us a break. We are now 5 hours into our broadcast, and I don't know about you back there in the studio, but I'm starting to feel it a little bit. My co-commentator here, Anthony Stangetz, has also done 2 games today, and as have the Boundary Rider boys. So, Anthony, this is a game that is as tight as you'd expected it to have been.
Certainly is, and it's been an interesting round of VFL women's actions. Those scores that you gave just before, Phil, they're actually final scores. So St Kilda Sharks, a massive result for them, 4-1 across the second and third terms, and they've disposed of Melbourne Uni, dropping them from 3rd to 4th spot, and the Sharks taking 3rd spot on the ladder. So with their 7th win of the season, so a bit of an upset result with St Kilda knocking off Melbourne Uni, a top 4 clash between those two teams, and as you mentioned in the other result, Diamond Creek They were trailing early with the Eastern Devils getting the early goals on the board, but Diamond Creek ended up victorious 10-12-72 to the Eastern Devils 5-5-35. So those two final scores in their respective games, which has made it a very close season, with Geelong defeating Cranbourne, as you mentioned earlier on in the day, and they're still within firing distance of the top four, especially with Melbourne Uni being defeated today.
Well, thanks to M&O Davis Constructions. I can see Brad Mullen sitting at the front there of the box. I think Peter Lausch is dealing with his fan club at the moment, but I know there he is. So, Brad, what are you seeing down there?
Yeah, it's a pretty good game, to be honest. I know they're both two times bottom sides, but it's been a very contested game. A lot of the plays been played at the White Horse Road end of the ground, but it's been a great game to watch. One player that's really stood out to me is Kate Gillespie-Jones. She's played really well down back for Seaford.
Absolutely, and be pleased to know I've just had a quick look at the footy record during the halftime break, and the man we call the Jazz Club, Nelson Lane, has been featured in there. The Fast Five. So here you go, Brad. You're going to have these 5 questions asked to you as well. What food could you not live without?
Oh, probably pizza.
Yeah, Nelson said you can't go wrong with a chicken parma. If you could do anything, what would your dream job be?
Oh, probably work
apart from being on 3WBC as a boundary rider, obviously.
Oh, you'd always dream that I might still get drafted.
Yeah, no, fair enough too. Yeah, I'm actually ahead of you on the list. He says maybe a thrill seeker. What karaoke song would you sing to save your life?
Oh, it'd have to be probably, that's a tough one. Probably Staying Alive by the Bee Gees.
Yeah, no, well, I reckon Chris Jones might have been able to help you with that one earlier today when he got hit in the thank you very much. The Jazz Club's gone with Bohemian Rhapsody. I thought he'd probably do something a bit Ella Fitzgerald. Hi, it's Ella Fitzgerald down at Nelson Lane. Teammate, would you want to be stranded on a desert island with, and why?
Definitely not Peter Lausch.
No.
Anyone but Peter Lausch.
Thank you very much. He said David Mirror. And which teammate would you not want to be stranded on a desert island, and why? Peter Lausch.
Peter Lausch, 100%.
These people in front, there's water runs off the top of this. I don't know where it comes from, because it hasn't been raining all day. And these people at the front, they all think that they're dry. I don't know whether it's... Oh, we'll turn you on, mate. How's that sound? Better?
Yeah, no, there's actually a bird kicking the water out of the guttering.
Oh, right, fair enough. Well, we'll have to tell her to stop. But, no, we turned you down because we could hear what you were saying to your friends, and we thought, no, we won't do that.
No, that's all right.
So the Box Hill side in a gathering in the sunshine down at the White Horse Road end. The Seaford players standing in the shade. I would have thought, having been out there and felt the need to put my beanie on, I would have moved about 2 metres south and got into the sunshine. But everyone back in the centre of the ground. I noticed there's only 2 field umpires in the women's game.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Correct.
Because 3 obviously in the other the men's games. And one of the boundary umpires. Really nice to see not only a female boundary umpire coming through the ranks, but also a girl obviously of Asian descent. So it's good to see the multicultural component of the game coming through as well in the Women's League.
Yeah, I think that's been one of the keys that AFL Victoria's been working on over recent years, having those multicultural umpiring academies, and I think it's been great to see someone like AFL Victoria's own David Roden, who's obviously made his debut last weekend in the AFL, being that role model for multicultural people coming through the ranks, knowing that playing the game is not the only way you can be involved. You can also be involved in officiating as well. And
there was a young boundary umpire that we took a shine to out here, Nashi Natungu. And poor old Nashi couldn't throw the ball far enough. But back in the centre with the ball being tapped down by Abby Tanner. The Hawks kicking to the right-hand side of your video if you're watching. Kick forward now into the forward line. Ball bounces just in front of the goal square. Goes through the legs of several players. Best position is Gilda for the Hawks. She's bending down to pick up the ball now. Throws it onto her left boot and kicks it around the corner and finds McElvina, who by my reckon was the goal kicker in the second quarter.
She was.
That's good. The eyes aren't deceiving. Ball kicked to the top of the square. Under all sorts of pressure now. Seaford. Ball comes out the back. Kais picks it up. Kicks it on her left boot. The Tigerettes are in all sorts of strife. Throwing the ball as the umpires call. And you who are watching on the video stream, you be the judge. We couldn't see the incident from where we're sitting. but it looks like Chantella Pereira with the ball in hand, and distance will not be a factor because she's only 15 metres out. You watch, she'll kick it to them first on the mark now.
Out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, that's right. But direction only the issue. Comes in, kicks the ball, and I tell you what, only just made the distance, and she's kicked it behind. So 2 goals for Box Hill, Seaford 2 goals 5. Of course, I'm the one that was famously said in a preliminary final, wasn't I? At least we know it won't be a draw. And 1.5 minutes later, it was a draw. Ball kicked out from full back and taken at centre half back by Madeline Tilley.
Takes the mark. Gillespie Jones creating the option for her. Now she's going to create the shepherd. I think both players shepherded and neither went for the ball. Gillespie Jones now, handball over the top, finds Goodwin. They're in a bit of trouble. Gillespie Jones again picks up the football. Great tackling from Pereira. Now Pereira.
Right him!
She did, rode right into the back of her opponent. Umpire didn't have any qualms with it, and he'll just come in and ball it up 50 metres out from the Box Hill goal. Kicking with the aid of the breeze in this third term. Both teams searching for a first win of 2017 as Pereira can't take the mark before it goes out of bounds, and that's out of bounds on the full. Michelle Goodwin just running away when she's going to get a free kick.
Yeah, now don't run away when there's a free kick involved.
She'll head back there. Unlike the men's game earlier on today, they're not as keen to kick across goal as the Box Hill Hawks were known to do right throughout the game today. Seaford at half back, trying to push the ball forward. Almost a similar start to the third term as they did to the first quarter, where they couldn't get it past that halfway mark of the ground. Meters diving in over the ball for the Hawks. Now a chance for Seaford. Ball goes up towards half forward. Overrunning the ball was Crockett Grills, had a great second term. She kicks it out wide, looking for McElvina, the goal kicker during the second term. Her kick goes the wrong way off her boot, and she gives away the free kick as well. So will be Seaford with the ball, heading towards half forward. Lawrence up towards centre half forward. The target on that occasion was Roland, couldn't find her. Good work by the Hawks. They kick out wide over the top of McElvina on that occasion. They go forward, Seaford. One-on-one contest. What can happen here? Kick around the corner. Berry up towards 25 metres out from goal. Players diving in over the top. The Hawks wanting to stop it. And they do for now. And we will have a ball up.
Reasonable crowd of people stuck around for the women's game, Anthony. Good to see.
It is good to see. And you get a 3 games for the price of 1 out here at Box Hill City Oval today.
Not a bad way to spend $10, is it?
It's not at all. I'm not sure how many have done the 9 a.m. right through till 5 p.m. today.
Yeah, I was a bit slack. I didn't get here till 9:45.
As Box Hill Hawks clearing kick and towards this broadcast side wing. Luke over the football. Now comes down. Carlson. Her kick was smothered. Ball comes out. Well, Luke. It's going to be an open forward 50. Could be a foot race. Meters. Handballs onto Pereira. Goes goalward. Leading in the foot race is Gilda as Pereira offline. The ball was too quick for her. Through for a behind, but we have scores level once again.
Who was it before the game who said it may be able to be a draw?
Yeah. 2, 5, 17 apiece. We've gone 4.5 minutes third term.
You'll be joining a unique club here, Anthony.
I've heard someone else has predicted a draw in previous broadcasts. Not too sure who, though.
Yeah, I have a wild guess. So that was the Port Melbourne and Box Hill game that we broadcast on 3WBC about 6 weeks ago. Ball spinning back into play, tapped down that time by Tanner. Ball spending a lot of time at this end of the ground today. This time it looks like it might be Gillespie Jones in a battle of the fives, and the umpire will ball up on the 50-metre line.
Gabriella Marnie from Box Hill is about to come back on the ground. She's just had a bit of work done on her calf muscles.
No problems, thank you very much. Umpire's seen something, and it's a free kick going in the direction of the Seaford girls. This time it will be Sarah Hosking with the free kick. No, it won't be. It will be Madeline Tilley. I hate that. Makes you look like you don't know what you're talking about, doesn't it?
Which at least got the vision to see that they were passing it from person to person today.
Yeah, that makes it better. Normally I just look silly. So the ball on the wing for on the eastern side of the ground, and very scrambly out there at the moment. Breaking through and kicking it forward though, Box Hill inside 50, running onto it. Oh no, McElvena wasn't quite tall enough. Yes, she is. She's punched the ball forward, gets it off to her teammate there, and out of no one behind. It was it Dillon with the ball, and puts Box Hill back in front though. 2 goals, 6-18. Seaford 2-5-17. And all the excitement coming to you live on VFL.com.au and via 94.1 FM 3WBC football. We do Box Hill games every week, not always the women's game, but certainly the men's. And it's Rosie Dillon out here who just about got her head knocked off on the 50-metre line, too far out to score, so she puts it towards the top of the square, kicks the ball in, spilt the mark and kicked off the ground was Gilda. Threw another behind, 2 goals, 7-19. Touch of the North Ballarats. North Ballarat got 6-17 or something today, didn't they? What was it? 9-18 they ended up with. So not kicking straight.
Yeah, Emily Gilda almost looked like she was in 2 minds of whether to mark it or kick it. As Box Hill Hawks send it back fairly quickly. And another behind on the board, 2-8-20. They lead Seaford 2-5-17. Trying to make most of this breeze in the third term. Hosking again. They've got to learn from that. She's played on a couple of times from the behinds. Kicks it to defensive 50, bursting her way through. O'Donnell goes goalward and another missed opportunity. 2-9-21 plays 2-5-17. 7 minutes gone.
A lot of surreptitious looking sideways at people in the crowd and just smiling a wry grin.
So again, they're going to put someone on the yes, they've got someone on the mark this time.
Will have had 938 possessions, none of which she will have earned because she's missed the ball back. Kicks it out wider and finds her teammate out there on the far side of the ground. I think that's Bianca Jones with the number 1 jumper on. Normally number 57 according to our records, but she's wearing the number 1 today. Ball out wide. It's going to come straight back again, but no, it's not. So bending down to pick up the ball. This time was the Box Hill player. Ends up back in the hands, though, of Seaford, but not for long because as Good kicks the ball. She's been good today, hasn't she, Sarah? In fact, she's been good all her life because that's her surname. Ball struggling to come outside the half-back flank area for the Seaford side. Kicked inside 50 again. Over the back. Nice little nudge. That time by Gilda. And Gilda's going to go back and surely law of averages suggests she's got to be a chance. In this quarter, they've kicked 6 behinds, Box Hill. She comes in and makes it 7. 2 goals, 10.
And she's kicked 3 of those behinds as well.
Yeah, I reckon Paddy Hill will be coming and kicking someone's behind in a minute. So, 7 behinds they've kicked this quarter. Kicked out again, this time very clearly, good mark, very clearly breezed that in. It was Taylor Daly.
Yeah, better work by Seaford coming out of defence, but not on that occasion though. Good work by Meters with the smother off the boot. Seaford keen to push the ball forward. Hosking couldn't grab onto it. Her Box Hill Hawks opponent in Rosie Dillon trapping the ball in. That was Claire O'Donnell at the bottom of that pack. So ball up, tip down. Tanner working hard for the football. Kick around the corner. Great smother off the boot again, that time coming from Rogan. Now slung off the footy was Mackie. And the kick goes to the direction of Caitlin Cox. She'll reset for the Tigerettes. Kicks to, flock of Hawks on that occasion. And taking the mark was Stratton. She'll look to go inside forward 50 once again. Plenty of high flies. Kais goes goalward. Can the bounce? No, it doesn't. The trend continues. 2-11-23. Plays 2-5-17. Costing themselves. You'd love to see the camera up in the Box Hill Hawks coaches box this term.
I don't think you would.
So mark taken on that outer side by Costello.
Coming back again. A good effort. I didn't take it.
For the Hawks, high up and under kick. Can they get the mark? Marnie, no. Here's their chance. They go forward again and through for another behind.
I don't think Paddy Hill would be too upset with this. At least they're attacking, and they are a side that I learned with this.
And neither will Brett Alexander because he's never had drills quite that many times in one day. comes out towards centre-half forward, and Sheldon gets it and they're away, and this would hurt them so much if Seaford ran down there and kicked the goal. Van Dijk leading in the race of the ball ahead of, I think it might be Swisse out there. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is in fact
Carew,
and ball out there now being picked up, I think this time by Peschke, is it, out there, and a ball out of bounds anyway. 2 goals, 12-24, 2 goals, 5-17. If you walked away from your radio or your computer for the last 10 minutes and you're thinking, I'm sure Box Hill didn't have that many behinds. They've kicked 9 behinds in this quarter. And I don't think I can ever remember a game where that sort of thing has happened before. Good mark in defence by the Hawks, and this time it is Lauren Costello.
So, deep in defensive 50. Seaford just trying to make the Hawks pay for their inaccuracy. Ball the call, and free kick going the way of the Box Hill Hawks. They got the ball at half back. Again, not following the same traits as their senior men's team and going across goal. Oh, tackle to the ground. That was Rogan with the ball, and the tackler is rewarded.
So in this quarter, they've gone from being 2 points behind to 7 points in front.
So it's working well for them. Just not probably the way that they wanted to, as O'Donnell goes wide. Finds their teammate again. Short chip kicks. Hosking couldn't take it. Round the corner from the Hawks. Up towards half forward. In the front spot was Carlson. Got the ball now. Oh, good stop in the middle by the Hawks. That was great smart football by Catania. And they kick up towards half forward, Seaford. Good work running out to meet it by Van Dijk. Sees the ball over the boundary line. And we'll see a boundary throw-in. Nearly 13 minutes gone, third quarter. 7-point lead the way of the Box Hill Hawks. Made up all of behinds this term.
If you had said they got in front by 7 points, you would have assumed it was a goal and a behind, wouldn't you?
And nearing double figures for their behinds this term. 9 so far. See whether they can go double figures and bring up 10 as Hosking takes it on the outer side. Kicks wide. Now they've got the movement inside forward 50. Oh. Umpire went a bit early with the whistle. The mark paid. An opportunity for Seaford. Let's see whether they can either mimic the inaccuracy of Box Hill or make them pay for their inaccuracy.
From there.
With one straight kick. They go long towards goal, offhand.
They did.
And it's straight through. It's been kicked through. We'll just wait. Wait. Field umpire just chatting to the goal umpire, just checking whether it's been touched. Berry was on the line. She believes that she's socketed it through. And yes, she has. She's been rewarded. So Seaford has made Box Hill Hawks pay for their inaccuracy. Unfortunately for the Tigerettes, they're still not in the lead, but they've made it a 1-point ball game. 3-5-23 to Box Hill Hawks. 2-12-24. And that being the first score of the quarter for Seaford. And amazingly, 9 scoring opportunities for the Box Hill Hawks. And they still only lead by 1 point.
In the space of a split second, one kick has done what 10 minutes did for Box Hill. Going into attack again now, Seaford kicking the ball forward. Good mark taken this time by Munn. She was the first goal kicker for Seaford today. She takes off and runs around the player on the mark, kicks an inside 50, and going back with the flight of the ball that time, brave effort by one of the Box Hill defenders. Ball spills out the back. Umpire's going to have to come in and do something about this, and calls it a push. And a free kick going the way of the Seaford side, and taking the mark, taking the free kick. Looks like it might be Berry again. The goal kicker from a moment ago, going back to potentially put Seaford 5 points in front. Comes in now, kicks, and judging by the run that the umpire has just done, has missed, and the scores are back to level. Seaford 3 goals, 6-24. Box Hill 2 goals, 12-24. And we've played 15 and a half minutes into the third quarter. and Box Hill will be bitterly disappointed with the results of their hard work this quarter. This is better football though. Gets it out to Meters, who was, would you believe, Meters in the clear. Ball gets now to Peschke. She's tackled as she goes to the ground. Seaford player is able to down on her hands and knees, get the ball and get back up again. Tackle, and there's a free kick going against. There's a Seaford player down, and the free kick being paid. Did you see what happened down there on the boundary, you guys? Thanks to M&R Davis Constructions.
I think the Seaford girl was actually the meat in the sandwich in that one. That's why, and she's got bumped by her own player and a Hawks player from.
I think it's Georgia Walker who's down, and looks like they need a stretcher.
Yeah, Brad's checking it out right now.
Yep.
Stretcher, rotate now.
Yeah, stretcher's coming out now.
Yeah, we'll just hope she's
Do you reckon
okay.
I can walk out there? Do you reckon I can walk out there?
No, you can't.
Do you reckon I might?
It's not him. It's not Brad talking.
Oh, okay. Thought it was Brad talking down the line. So, Anthony, there's no opportunity to stop the clock for something like this. It just continues.
Well, at the moment, yes. Well.
So the umpires have any opportunity though to pause the game while someone comes off on a stretcher?
I believe they can. Yes.
Ooh. Get rid of that static. We'll just turn you guys down for a tick. There's a lot of static. So. So for those of you who are listening, obviously if you're watching you've got the vision, but the player in Georgia Walker has been bumped at, we've got 3 minutes left in the quarter, and in fact they have stopped the game. So the scoreboard is stopped on 17 minutes. So there will be 3 minutes left in the quarter. Both sides huddling in groups, and everyone, of course, making sure that they're under control out there. Now, Brad, you've got some news for us?
Yep, so unfortunately it's Georgia Walker who was injured a bit earlier in the game, who's down on the field, carried off on the stretcher.
Okay, so she's moving arms and legs, and she's now sitting up, which is great news. So obviously she's copped quite a bump, but it appears that whilst she's a bit dizzy, I would suggest, doesn't look like there's any major structural damage, which is great. So this is 3WBC football, also live streaming today through VFL.com. Butler with you with Anthony Stangetz. Stop the game when a stretcher is brought onto the ground. The good news is the stretcher is coming off without a player on it, so that means that the player in Georgia Walker is obviously in better condition than we thought, which is fantastic news. So she's walking off. She looks a bit dazed, but at least she's walking off the ground, and that's fantastic news for all concerned. So the Box Hill players as a group all in together. The Seaford players now starting to disperse around the ground. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Scores are level. 2 goals, 12-24 Box Hill. 3 goals, 6-24 Seaford. And we'll cross down now to also to Peter Lausch. And Peter, the player looks like she's in slightly better nick than we originally thought.
Yeah, no, she's obviously, I dare say the day's finished for her. They'll probably do the concussion test on her on the bench or in the club rooms. But yeah, she's moving around quite freely now and sort of looks a little bit groggy. But yeah, it was from what I saw, it was like she was the meat in the sandwich, and she was just in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
So the ball goes inside the 50-metre zone for the Seaford team. Picked up by Munn. She's tackled immediately, gets the ball off to her teammate there in, I think it was Daly. But the Hawks kick the ball out. That's going to be deliberate, I suspect, because it was kicked straight towards the boundary, and it is indeed deliberate. So it's a really interesting interpretation of that rule, isn't it? Sorry about that static, folks. We're going to have to turn you down again. We're getting quite a bit of static from you guys being near that race, I think, Brad, so you might just come away from there. Now, that's interesting. The siren has gone, but the clock is still only showing 17 minutes 49. So the timekeepers haven't stopped it, and the scoreboard have. So it is... no, hang on. The Box Hill runner is going out to the umpire and pointing at the scoreboard, and because it makes sense for Box Hill's perspective to keep playing because they've got the breeze advantage. So umpires are saying that it is three-quarter time. So some degree of confusion around what's going on. Paddy Hill now going out to see the umpires. So we may not have finished the third quarter yet, He's going out to have a conversation. Still got 2 minutes to go, he's saying. So no one exactly knows what's going on. Is it three-quarter time or not? So we'll hold the call here for now, Phil. We'll come back to you shortly.
It was 17:50 when the time went off.
So still 2 minutes 10 according to the scoreboard. But the timekeepers obviously didn't see the setting.
So there is the ability when the stretcher comes on the field for them to stop the clock. So if there is a stretcher come out, but it is dependent coming back to the timekeepers of whether, obviously, that it was stopped. And I think we only went for another 55 seconds in that third term.
And our research department, well, let's say Phil Edwards back in the studio, has said that the live stream clock has said the 20 minutes has happened. So obviously the message hasn't got through to all concerned. So the scoreboard paused it, and the and the scorekeeper, what do they call them? Timekeepers have blown the siren. So it is three-quarter time here. We're going to go for a break, back to the studios. We'll be back here in a minute or two to bring you the last quarter of what is a really exciting game. 2-12 Box Hill. They kicked 9 behinds in that quarter to the Seaford side. 3-6. This is 94.1 FM 3WBC football. Live streaming also today on VFL.com.au.
With every Box Hill Hawks game live, this is VFL football on 90
Interesting.
FM 3WBC.
The BizWiz is a business support service with a difference. We work with our small business clients to suggest and develop ideas that will help their business to fly. Pragmatic ideas, sound advice, practical assistance. There's plenty we can do to help you with your small business. Want to know more? Please visit us at bizwiz.com.au. That's bizwiz.com.au. The BizWiz is a proud sponsor of 94.1 FM 3WBC.
Ouch. Need quality, hassle-free repairs fast? You need Recreation Panels, where Chris and his friendly, skilled team will provide a quote, assist you with the claim process, and restore your vehicle to manufacturer specifications using the latest technology. For more information, go to recreationpanels.com.au. Established over 20 years and recognised by major insurers, Recreation Panels are close to public transport at 10 Nelson Road, Box Hill. Recreation Panels proudly support community radio station 94.1 FM 3WBC.
Ready, set. For Budget's best deals on car and truck rental, budget.com.au is good to go. It's where you'll find the best of Budget in a couple of clicks. Budget.com.au.
Scores level, three-quarter time.
To go.
Budget Rent-A-Car Blackburn is a proud sponsor of 94.1 FM 3WBC.
So Box Hill's 2-12.
Hi, this is Ray Bonnie.
Got it, thanks.
Every Monday between 12 and 1, where it really is okay to not be okay. Guests from all over the world help me pull apart many of the awkward and unspoken life topics. Don't be afraid to tune into my show. It's okay to not be okay at 12 noon every Monday on 94.1 FM 3WBC.
I'd like to tell you about this place in Melbourne town. It's been the spot to go for many a year. A meeting place for anyone who loves to down a beer, but something here is quite peculiar. Just ask the bloke behind the bar. But what's that noise that's going around? Australian bush music, that's the sound. And bushies is what we
when you hear that sound, you know that it's time for mostly folk fun and friends. You're on 3WBC 94.1 FM every Wednesday night between 6 and 8 p.m.
Don't.
Performers in the folk genre.
94.1 3WBC is operated and staffed by volunteers, and we encourage other non-profit organisations in Whitehorse, Burundara, Monash and the wider community to send us details of forthcoming events like fundraisers, fetes and fun runs for promotion on the air free of charge. We can also arrange a live interview with one of our presenters. Send details to catherine.chadwick@3wbc.org.au. 94.1 3WBC, informing and entertaining Melbourne's inner east.
Rock Hits with Doma and Daddy Who, 3 till 5 every Saturday afternoon here on 94.1 FM 3WBC, when the football is not being called by the brilliant 3WBC calling team.
This is live VFL football on 94.1 FM 3WBC.
94.1 FM 3WBC. Welcome back to three-quarter time at the Box Hill Seaford game in the women's VFL and three-quarter time score. Box Hill 2-12-24. They had a lot of shots on goal and didn't get one through there, and Seaford 3-6-24. So the score's the level going into the final quarter. It's going to be a ripper. Paddy Hill will be having a good crack at the girls, getting them to kick a bit straighter into that final quarter. In the other games in the Swisse VFL women's, the final scores: Eastern Devils 5-5-35 were defeated by Diamond Creek 10-12-72, and Melbourne Uni 6-6-42 were defeated by St Kilda. We're going to cross back to the Box Hill City Oval, and welcome back Neil Butler.
Thanks, Phil. Sorry to cut you off. We're a minute into the last quarter, and the ball has moved slightly towards the goals to which Box Hill are kicking. We'll get some comments about what the coach has said shortly, but the ball needs to be thrown back in. Brad Mullen, you're out there. How did you go with the coaches?
Yeah, so Seaford coach Brett Alexander just wants the girls to play tempo footy this quarter. Just basically, just have their eye on the clock. Just make sure that they're holding the ball and using that wind correctly.
And Peter Lausch, what did the Box Hill?
Paddy Hill just wants the girls to take risks, and he's not worried about if they're going to make mistakes. You're going to see him play the far side as much as possible this quarter. That's what he's asked them to do.
Of course, we can't see it, but that's okay. Anthony Stangett's here with Neil Butler. Anthony, the ball, you're doing some stuff I'll keep calling then. So the ball picked up this time by Box Hill. It was O'Donnell pushing the ball forward. Quick kick forward by Peschke. Ball ends up back with her as she takes another attempt at kicking it, and the ball up will occur about 53 metres out from the Box Hill goal, kicking to the northern end or left-hand side of your computer screen, depending upon where you're watching this and listening to this. Mackie gets the ball forward, and it's going to roll out of bounds before Kais can keep it back in. Half-forward flank for the Box Hill Hawks. We have played 2 minutes 20 into the final quarter with thanks to Dream Street Lending.
Boundary throw in. Just 17.5 minutes left in this game. Nothing separating these two teams in the final term.
I know it's been said regularly, but first goal is critical in this, isn't it? In this quarter.
Well, you might say first goal, or in the case of the Box Hill Hawks, the first 6 behinds could be most important.
But if either team can score a goal early, it's going to be critical, isn't it?
Yeah, if you just tuned in, 9 behinds in a row went the way of the Box Hill Hawks during the third quarter. Seaford went down the other end late in the term and scored 1 goal, and levelled the scores at 24 apiece going into this final quarter. Over the head of metres, Tanner, handballs backwards, Yule. Hasn't got too many options. Yuli, as we hear from the fans out in front of the commentary box. O'Donnell goes out wide. Gillespie Jones leading in the chase for the football. Dispossesses her opponent. Seaford, up and under kick. Kais creates a contest, but good mark by Seaford on that outer side. Now just got to find a target. This is where Seaford has fallen down throughout the afternoon. Ball goes out into the middle. Good work by Hosking.
She's been good today.
Player went without it in the middle of Box Hill City Oval. And the umpire comes in. We'll have a ball up. 4 minutes gone, final term. It's what Captain Mel Kais called a mini grand final, or the grand final for the Box Hill Hawks in this week's game. They get 2 cracks at Seaford. They get them this week, and then they get them in the final round of the season. So, but both teams wanting to get that first win on the board. As McDonald goes out wide.
That shows you the level of the breeze, though. Do you see the way the ball moved towards the Whitehorse Road end of the ground?
Certainly holding up in the breeze at the moment. as Box Hill slowly mounting an attack. They don't want to put it up in the air too much. Hosking with a good body work. She might end up with the ball again as she comes down the field. 2-on-1 contest now. Good work by Papadopoulos in defence. Now going wide.
Brave.
Van Dyke. Foot race in shoes. Inside forward 50. Oh, the bounce suited Seaford. The handball over the top. Looking for Carew. Now, will they try and rush it through? I don't think they will as they go for the boundary line. They're looking for deliberate. Won't get that call, and we'll have a boundary throw in. Left forward pocket for Seaford.
So these umpires, are they on a development path? Is that why they're umpiring in the women's, or have they been specifically recruited for the women's?
Mixture of both. Mixture of both in the women's competition. So the ball. Box Hill Hawks can't get it outside of their defensive 50. And now a chance for Seaford to go long. Probably too far out to score even with the breeze. They go long towards the forward pocket. And sitting there all by herself is Van Dyke. She's going to bring the ball out to this broadcast side wing, and you can see the breeze.
Extraordinary, isn't it, that strength of breeze?
Taking it out of bounds on the full.
But you'd never know, would you, just looking around at the trees and stuff? It doesn't look breezy, does it?
Doesn't look that strong as Barker centering kicks down the corridor through the legs of Rogan. Box Hill Hawks under plenty of pressure early in this final term. Diving in over the football, that was Stratton. And the umpire comes in once again. We will have another ball up. Nearly 6.5 minutes gone, final term, and the deadlock has not been broken yet. Let's see what you can do, Neil Butler.
So the ball picked up and kicked forward by the Tigerettes. Ends up in the hands, though, of Papadopoulos. That's easy for you to say. But picked up and quick kick forward by the Tigerettes, out of bounds on the full. So we're more than a quarter of the way through the last quarter. Scores are deadlocked at 2 goals 12 versus 3 goals 6, 24 points each of 2. We have got 13 minutes left in this game. Can either side crack it for a win? Kick holding up in the breeze, and so Box Hill very much up against it. Now, this is interesting. A player has gone down for Seaford, holding her ankle. That looks like it might be Hosking. Now running onto it, this time is Mackie. She kicks the ball forward, and that's a pretty clever kick when you think about it, because it's gone out of bounds and it will be thrown. It is Hosking, and they could ill afford to lose a player of her ability and impact. But she's coming off the ground. We'll get Brad and also Peter Lausch to keep their eye on that for us. With the ball being tossed back in, just forward to centre for Box Hill. It's going to be hard work for both sides. Running towards the ball that time, Van Dyke overran it. Picked up this time by Costello. Hand pass forward, but that's out of bounds, well out of bounds in the full by Kais. And it is going to be a free kick. And the free kick's going to be taken by Jenna Barker. Halfback flank for the Seaford team. She kicks the ball towards the centre of the corridor, but that was a poor choice in the end. Picked up by Gilda. She couldn't do anything with it, though. So it's deep on the half-forward flank, and that's out of bounds. This time, though, smothered off the hands, and it will be thrown in on the half-forward flank. Just feels a bit like that breeze is kicking up down there, lads.
Yeah, it's kicked up. The trees behind the commentary box actually are moving at a rapid rate. It's probably a swirling breeze that's sort of right now. So
the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. Dylan gets the ball down, gets it this time to Peschke, kicks it forward to the forward line. Couple of Box Hill players fight for it, round the body, marking the goal square and running into an open goal. I think that might have been Gilda, but either way, it's a Box Hill goal, and it is a 1-goal lead to them. 3 goals 12 to 3 goals 6. Anthony Stankitz has got the binoculars up. As soon as he knows who it is, he'll report in, but I think it might have been Gilda.
Yeah, I think it was Gilda.
Number 33, and you can, that isn't actually, it isn't actually extra breeze. That's Paddy Hill going, they do know. They do know which ones to kick it through. Good pick up off the pack and through for a goal. Box Hill in front by a goal with 10.5 minutes to play, and plenty now for both sides to play for. Box Hill kicked the ball forward. Kais kicks it inside 50, rolling onto it, coming out to meet it though is the player in Goodwin. Umpire says play on inside 50 for Box Hill. And to some extent, any score for Box Hill now would become critical if they can get even a behind. Quick kick forward. It's going to come straight back, though. Marked by Stratton just outside 50. She wants to kick the ball long, and she does. Kicks it to about 30 metres out from goal. Mark spilled by Seaford. And coming in to take the mark, though, it is the player in Costello. Hand passed forward by Good. Ends up being run to the ground, though. Running onto it, though. Again, Costello working really hard. And, yeah, it's going to be balled up just forward of the centre for Box Hill. And I think Box Hill have got to sniff Anthony Stangert's.
They have, but we saw what Seaford did during that third term. I can quickly turn it around as the ball out in front of meters.
They are kicking with the breeze, Seaford, for those who are watching.
Handball comes out, good work by Rogan. Now they've got the numbers. They've got nothing to kick to up forward. Now that finally option presents in Lawrence. One-on-one contest, Lawrence v Nixon. Lawrence can't keep the ball in play. Ball over the boundary line, and we'll see a boundary throw in.
So they're a goal in front. They get to 2 minutes left. Is there more likely to be umpires calling deliberate if they waste time? Like punching the ball out of bounds? Are they more inclined to pay that? Or is
I think it's got to be under pressure. But
yeah.
It'll still, same rules will
so
apply.
No more strict or anything like that?
No. It's Tanner with the tap down. Dispossessed, Seaford inside their forward 50. Umpire getting a better look at things. And it comes in and we will have a ball up. So Gilda, her 7th goal of the season. Could it be the match winner for the Box Hill Hawks? Not 8.5 minutes left in this round 9 clash between Box Hill Hawks and Seaford, both at the bottom of the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's ladder. As Box Hill Hawks, dangerous kick across goal. They've got the numbers, the Box Hill Hawks. They're heading towards the boundary line, though. It'd be a very brave umpire to call that one.
Particularly here, because I think the overwhelming group of the supporters are Box Hill supporters.
They are. Boundary throw-in.
Right in front of the pavilion too.
Yes.
Gutsy.
Good crowd on the balcony watching this game as well. As Box Hill Hawks get a clearing kick. Goodwin leads in the race for the football for Seaford. Just need to gain clean possession, unable to do so on this occasion. It eluded O'Donnell.
Crowd's getting excited anyway.
They are. And we will have a ball up. Broadcast side wing, 12.5 minutes gone. And it is 3:12:30. Box Hill Hawks play Seaford 3:6:24. Let's go boundary side.
Yeah, Seaford is down to 2 on the bench. Sarah Hosking come off with that ankle, and Georgia Walker still hasn't come on. She's had a concussion test.
So the ball deep in attack for Seaford. They can't afford a score here, Box Hill. Van Dyke under the pack trying to get the ball. Umpire says play on. Out of bounds now, and it will be thrown in. Down to 7 minutes. Box Hill by a goal. You would think another score by Box Hill may be enough. But at the moment, deep in attack for Seaford. A goal here to Seaford would make the score dead even again. It's a runner out there coaching quite a bit at the moment. I don't know whether he's meant to be out there for that long, but he's out there nevertheless.
Both runners are doing it, but...
Yeah, so when the one that's out there at the top of the circle comes off, Lausch, can you have a chat to him about wearing long black socks with pink outfit? It's just not visually correct, is it?
I can tell him that.
Yeah, no, don't. So the ball up in the back 50 for the Hawks. Underneath the pack, Emma Mackey might be in a spot of bother here. And she is pinged. She's a bit stiff. She went in to get the ball and slipped. Free kick going to Berry. And the player on the mark on the 50-metre line. Big, long kick using the breeze into the goal square. Spills over the back and pushed through for a behind.
Handy point.
Handy point. So Seaford 3-7, Box Hill 3-12. We've got 6 minutes left to play. It's Box Hill by 5 points.
No pressure on the kick in at all. Plays on. Good decision that time by Van Dyke.
Great kick too under pressure. Found her teammate really easily.
So this kick important as they go up along the line. Gillespie Jones couldn't take it. She butters up for a second effort to try and extract the football again. Handball over the top. They've got the numbers. Box Hill Hawks pushing their opponents off the ball. Kais goes the boundary line and out of bounds on the full. So here's a chance for Seaford. Too far out to score. Gillespie Jones. Well, I did say too far out to score before I knew who actually had the football. Gillespie Jones launches the ball goalward. Off hands and through for another behind the way of Seaford. I don't think we've actually had a goal scored to...
there was one goal in the first quarter to that.
Right in, since, first quarter.
Yeah.
Been unbelievable, the behind scored to this end.
4 more points and you got your draw, Anthony. I'm hoping you get it, mate.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Gone over the line.
Not only got over the line, ran through, didn't actually touch the ball on her foot, just played on.
Fingers crossed, Anthony, we get a rush behind here.
So, what can Seaford do? 4 points the margin. And a free kick's been found. It's gone the way of Seaford, right in front of goal.
Oh, dear.
I think that was for a back chat as well.
So, Seaford to take the kick directly in front. Also notice Sarah Hosking back out in the field. Got a limp, but she's back out there.
I think this is Roland.
So, Seaford directly in front. Jess Rowland has put Seaford in front. 4-8-32. They lead the Box Hill Hawks with their
3-12.
3-12-30. 2 points the margin. 16 and a half minutes gone. Final term.
So we have got a cliffhanger here, and one of these teams is going to win their first game for the season. In the case of Box Hill, it would be the first win ever. But they've now got 3 and a bit minutes left to get the ball down there and score a goal, and they need a goal. A point's not going to be good enough. Tanner surges forward, kicks the ball forward towards the goals at that end. Running onto it now, Gilda can't pick up the ball. Now it's Seaford's turn to be under pressure. Gilda gets the ball, spills it though. They are under all sorts of pressure down there at the moment. Can't afford to give away a free kick either. That's the thing, isn't it?
They just need 2 more behinds.
Well, they've had plenty of practice. An errant kick, and at the top of the goal square, it is Christy Stratton. Speaking of no pressure, we've got 2.5 minutes left, and Christy Stratton going back to have a shot at goal. Distance you wouldn't think is a problem, although I probably shouldn't say that, it'll mother. She is going back. Could this be a goal to put Box Hill back in front? In comes Stratton, kicks the ball, and kicks a goal. So the Lions, I'm getting excited, the Hawks back in front. They have 2 minutes to play, 4-12, Stratton's first goal for the day. And now it is the Hawks by 4 points. And so the Box Hill runner has gone out and for some reason seemed to be pointing all the players into defence for some reason. I can't work out why. So exciting times here. Brad, are they getting excited on the boundary?
Paddy Hill's in the coach's box and he's just telling them all to go down back.
Yeah, well, I think he's going his way. Ball bounced and a free kick to the Box Hill player there getting up, who's going to take forever to get up if she's got any brains at all.
She will.
So she's a bit stunned. We are down to 1.5 minutes. Box Hill up by 4 points. Getting some advice from some of the Seaford players too. Brom and Rogan just going past and wishing her all the very best as she gets up.
It's quite funny on the interchange bench here at the Box Hill Hawks. Scott White, the assistant coach, is just going absolutely ballistic down here, just barking out the instructions.
Here's the last roll of the dice for Seaford. They bring the ball on the outer side wing. Good work by Gillespie Jones up towards half forward. Strong mark taken by Nixon.
Less than a minute to go.
She'll take her time. Kicks long along the outer side wing. Gillespie Jones in the front spot. No free kick.
Right, do we want to throw any more behind
You can hear.
We're getting some coaching tips.
How many more can you throw behind? They've only got one person inside their forward half. 30 seconds to go. Last roll of the dice for Seaford. Boundary, or ball up, out of side.
It must be a goal to Seaford if they're going to win.
Ball in dispute. Pereira holds onto it. And time ticking away.
We've got people in front videoing the game. It'll be on YouTube on Tuesday.
10 seconds to go. And the Hawks look home. Seaford need to get a kick away. There is the kick to give them enough time on the board. As there is the siren. Historic occasion for the Box Hill Hawks. Their first ever VFL women's victory. And they've done it in sensational style.
So with thanks to M&R Davis Construction, we're going to quickly get down to Peter Lausch. He's got someone with him.
I've got assistant coach Scott White here from the Box women's team. Fantastic day for the club. The first win finally under the belt after all the hard work in recent months.
Oh, look, it's absolutely fantastic. We've worked so hard over the last 8 months. Look, there was times there we were a bit unsure, but look, our belief is pretty strong. And you know what, for this group to win a game like that just means we're going to go forward. So a fantastic day, momentous day for the club. Really excited to be part of it.
And we will just thank you very much for your time, mate. Get out there and enjoy it with the girls. It is a great day for the club. Thanks for joining us on 3WBC Football, also on VFL.com.au.
Good on you. Thanks, guys.
There he is. So we have got a very excited group of players. Paddy Hill going to join us now. No, he's not. Just shaking hands. Lots of hugs all round. And let's pause for a moment though and be quite unfortunate for Seaford. They fought really hard throughout the day, Anthony.
They certainly did. Probably led off during that third quarter by the inaccuracy of the Box Hill Hawks. Luckily for the Hawks, that inaccuracy not coming back to cost them in that final term, getting 2 goals amazingly after a 9 behind third quarter, getting 2 goals straight in the final term compared to Seaford's 1 goal 2 and getting themselves the victory. So great reward for effort for the Box Hill Hawks and all their staff that have really done a lot of hard yards over probably the last 8 months.
Sorry to interrupt, guys. Do you want us to go grab a player to have a chat with?
Oh, if you can, that'd be good. But
no worries.
See how they go, but walk them off as you go.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. In that game, they had 16 shots at goal, Box Hill, 3 at the northern end, and they kicked 3 straight, and 13 at the other end, and they kicked 1 goal 13. 1 goal 12 at the other end. So we're just going to turn Brad down. We're losing him, Brad. But if Peter Lausch has got a player, that'd be great. If not, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Who have we got, Pete?
I've got Ebony Nixon here. Great day for the club. First win after all the hard work over the last few months. How are you feeling with it, along with all these girls today?
Yeah, we're really chuffed. I think it's been a long time coming and we've been waiting a while, and it was just important for us to keep our eye on the job and make sure that we got the win today.
All right, Ebony, we'll just thanks so much for joining us on 3WBC. It's much more important that you go in there and sing with your friends than it is to talk to us. Thanks for joining us on 3WBC Football and VFL.com.au.
No worries, thanks for having me.
No worries, we'll see you next week in the commentary box.
There's Ebony Nixon. It is a historic day for the Box Hill Hawks Football Club. And cheering off, I'm assuming that's Mel Kai's, I assume.
No.
Isn't it? No?
That's Emily Gulver.
Is it? Okay. Oh, because she was the one who kicked the goal that put him in front. So there you go. I thought they were carrying the captain off. But very excited day down here. Well, we are going to just do some best players, please, Anthony, if you wouldn't mind. Some of the players you thought were good. And then we're going to be passing back to the studios very, very soon.
Well, I thought for the Box Hill Hawks, Crockett Grills during those second and third quarters was certainly amongst the disposals for them. Mel Kai's never gave up right throughout the game, finding herself in the bottom of packs. They got the workload out of, I thought, Joelle Meters. I thought she was great today as well. And just the ability of the defence, players like Van Dyke during that final quarter to hold up when they needed them. I thought was great performances from those players.
Well, unfortunately, the technology's not going to let us go into the rooms and hear the song, so we'll have Peter and Brad joining us again very shortly. Stick around after 5 o'clock if you're listening to us on 94.1 FM 3WBC, because we will have Terry and Angela with Dusk, one of the very best jazz, blues, poetry, cinema review and theatre review programs you'll ever see, ever hear on community radio. Do you want to give us a 3, 2, 1, Pete, while we've got you? We'll turn you on now. Try again, will we?
Yep. I will give. I'll give the 3 votes, believe it or not, to a player from the losing side, Gillespie Jones.
Yep.
She played a really good game. 2 votes to Emma Mackey.
Yep.
And 1 vote, Abby Tanner. I just think she played a really pretty good role in the ruck for the Box Hill Hawks.
And Anthony Stanger, to your 3, 2 and 1?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about a 3, 2 and 1 just yet.
Sorry, we're rushing towards the end of our broadcast, and I'm not sure how much longer we're going to be on VFL.com.au.
Oh, well, we'll end that broadcast so we can say goodbye to
goodbye
our...
to everyone who's listened to us, and been great being with them.
Yes, most certainly.
And we'll talk to you again very soon, hopefully.
We will. I also agree. I think Kate Gillespie-Jones, I thought fantastic performance by her today along with Sarah Hosking, so I'll get Gillespie-Jones in for a vote. I will give my 2 votes to Tanner in the middle. I thought good performance, and 3 votes to Crockett Grills.
Yeah, I think when Box Hill were surging towards the unbeatable string of 9 behinds, I thought Crockett Grills was the one that did a lot of good work there, so I'm giving her the 3. I'm giving 2 votes to Kate Gillespie-Jones, and I'm going to give my 1 vote to Sarah Hosking. So that means that the player of the match, supported, of course, by I think Brad is there. We've got him back out of the rooms. Brad, have you? No, we've lost him. No, we've lost him. Sorry, technology-wise. But that means that Kate Gillespie-Jones and Julia Crockett Grills, the hyphens, win the players of the match, supported, of course, by our friends at the Biz Wiz. We are about to draw the line on this broadcast. It is 5 minutes to 5. We will just give you a quick run through of our broadcast sponsors. Major broadcast sponsor, Budget Car and Truck Rental. They've been with us for 10 years, but they've been here for 6 hours today. The pre-match was brought to us by Tobin Brothers Funerals, and they are celebrating lives. Matchday sponsor, Anytime Fitness at Forest Hill. Our community partner, Zadie's Rainbow Foundation. They do organ and tissue donor awareness, inspire discussion. Our scoreboard today has been brought to you by Dream Street Home Loans, and our boundary riders by M&R Davis Constructions. Our special comments were brought to us by Just for Men Hairdressing. Our goal of the day, I think, will go to, we mentioned earlier today, was one of the North Ballarat players who eludes me. Do we have a goal of the day? I think Christy Stratton's goal at the end, which needed to be kicked to win, wins that, and we supported there by Aaliyah Framing. Player of the match in the first game, it was, who was it in the first game, Peter? I've forgotten.
The player of the match?
Yeah, in the first game.
I've actually forgotten as well. It's so long ago now.
It's a big day, wasn't it? And in this game, as we've already said, Kate Gillespie-Jones and Julia Crockett Grills. Our post-matches, because we had 2 of them today, Dragon City Tattoos down there at Canterbury Road in Box Hill. Next week, Sunday, the 23rd of May, broadcast time 1 p.m. At 2 p.m, it'll be the Box Hill Hawks versus Werribee game, starting at 2 p.m. here at Box Hill City Oval. No VFL women's game for Box Hill next week. Is it a bye round?
It is.
It's a bye round, okay. So that's good. My thanks go to the 2 of the boundary riders who've been standing out there in the very cold weather and helping us throughout today, Brad, and also to you, Peter.
Yep, thank you. Brad's off the off.
Brad's taken his headphones off, so he's lost interest. So no, there he is. He's back. And Peter Lausch, thank you for your work. Anthony Stangertz, I know that you had to make some special arrangements to be here today to help us out, so thank you so much for that.
No, thank you, and big thanks to 3WBC for helping out with the commentary for the VFL.com.au broadcast today.
A pleasure, and don't forget, of course, Monday night, 7 p.m. However you're listening to this now, you can listen to VFL Rewind. We know that Brandon Wood is one of the guests. We'll have also a guest from the AFLW, or the VFL, I'll get it right eventually, VFL Women's competition brought to us, of course, by Swisse Wellness. Peter Jackson Men's, we're also supporting the program. It's called VFL Rewind. The voice you just heard, Anthony Stangertz, along with our mate Paul Hooper, broadcast that at 7 p.m. every Monday night. Our thanks also go to Phil Edwards, who had an early start today. He's been sitting in the studio for 6 hours listening to us and helping us out with the break. So thank you to you, Phil. It's Neil Butler signing off from 3WBC Live Football. Next week we'll be here, 1 o'clock, Sunday afternoon. And if you want some good music, next Saturday night from 9 till midnight on 94.1 FM, I've got Saturday Night Party, and we're going to have Saturday night at the movies. Every song we play will have not only charted in Australia, but it also featured in a major film. That's all she wrote. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you again at 1 p.m. next Sunday afternoon.
Thank you very much to Neil Butler at the Box Hill City Oval. We're going to take a very, very short break, and we'll be back with some score wrap-ups straight after this.
Ready, set. For easy automatic trucks, budget's good to go. One of Australia's largest rental fleets at great rates. All you need is a regular car licence. Book now at budgettrucks.com.au.
Bloody cold up here. It's bloody cold up here, so I don't imagine what it's like down there.